Hello everyone and welcome back, or welcome to this video. Now, this video is shot outside, so not the perfect conditions, but I thought I'd make the most of a sunny day and a cloud's just come, so that's typical. But anyway, this video is about the Allpowers power bank. Now, I can't say I'm best impressed on first impressions. Firstly, I took it out of the box and it was completely dead. So I've stuck it on charge for the whole morning and we are now at 50%. So, but it's reasonable to be fair. The charging, it charges at about 120 watts. Throttles back once it gets a bit warmer. I saw 111 watts. So on that part it's fine. And then I open the solar panel to get set up here. And it comes with lovely MC4s, and to be honest I'm pretty impressed with the quality of this flexi panel. I think that will last quite a few years. It's one of the better ones I've seen, so I'm quite impressed with the flexi panel. And this, obviously, once it's working, it's fine. But then I come across another issue. To convert the MC4s to the Anderson connector on the side, they didn't provide me with any, so I can't charge it by solar. So I'm going to have to email them about that and see if I can get that sorted. But this video is going to be filmed over the course of this weekend while I'm at my dad's, and anything that needs 240 volt power, bar my cooking inside, although I might as well give it a go, I'm going to be powering off the Allpowers. Now, I'm not trying to, it's a van channel, we've all seen these before. I'm not trying to teach you and you might think, oh no, he's bitten into it. To be fair, I just wanted one. Not for the sake of having one, because in the van I need to justify the weight, but to be able to have external power outside the van, because I do plan to fit external sockets and I've got an extension lead, but for just like charging a laptop, I like to sit outside in the summer and edit my videos and stuff. Also, I charge my laptop through the 12 volt because the inverter uses lots of power. This might power my laptop, it should do, through the little 12 volt port here, but I could also power it off the little inverter in here because I'm sure that wouldn't use as much power. My inverter uses a lot of power just sitting there, and it uses my battery bank. Another reason for this, obviously, I'm in the van full time, I'm going to be doing winters in it. This is kind of a little backup lithium battery, so if anything goes wrong I've got extra power, because at the moment I haven't got a spare inverter, I haven't got a spare battery, I've got one battery and one charger, but I've got two solar chargers. But obviously in the winter that's not great. As soon as they offered me this, I thought, do you know what, that's perfect for me. I can stick the solar panel out if it's sunny, if I have the right connectors, but if not, while I'm driving I can have the inverter on in the van and I can charge this off the AC. So this doesn't have any DC power supply way of charging other than the solar, and the mains is the only two things. In the box it came with a little instruction manual and a power supply box, but none had the Anderson to MC4 conversion. And it also, the solar panel did come with some little straps to fit the slots in it, so you could strap it to something to stop the wind blowing it away. So I'm going to get my laptop and we'll see if it charges through the 12 volt port, and we'll do some little tests, and as I say, we'll just generally use this over the weekend and see how it performs. The casing and the build is pretty good. It weighs 10 kilograms, it has a 700 watt continuous and a 1400 watt peak inverter in it, so you could power, I'm thinking I could power my induction hob on a low setting. But you could certainly power all sorts of power tools and hair dryers possibly. It's got two little lights on which you just press and they work individually, which is quite nice, so you can choose their brightness. If you hold the Bluetooth one down for 3 seconds, that's how you can connect it to your phone, but just to turn it on you press that once, and then you click the DC to turn it on and you hold down the AC to turn it on. And each time you'll get like a little confirmation beep that it has done that thing. You have also got a little LCD that says all sorts of things, including the watts in, watts out, time remaining and all that kind of stuff. Apologies for the engine noise in the back, and again about the exposure, but I don't have a cameraman with me. One concern I do have about the case is that it might get scratched a bit over time, but it's not the end of the world. And you, on the port side, before I forget, you've got two DC output ports. You've got a USB-C output port which has a maximum of 100 watts, but also can charge via USB-C at 60 watts. And then obviously you've got two sockets on the front, and 12 volt socket, DC in from the mains charger and DC in from the solar panel. So let's give it a test, So I'm just going to plug the laptop in now and we can see what kind of power we get out of it. There you are, 50 watts, that's not bad, and it's saying 3 hours until, well, it's adjusting 65 watts, there we are. So we're getting a fair bit out, and then if we flick off the DC, you can see it just goes off there. So that all worked and it charged my laptop, so that's great to know that that's going to work. On a sunny day like today, I can just have my laptop out, plugged into the little Allpowers generator, and know that I'll have power. So, as I say, as and when I need a power tool over the weekend, if it's got 240 volt, I'll be plugging it into this and I'll make sure to show you guys. But I'm going to stop filming now because they're messing with their engine and I'm sure it's very annoying. So first test, the induction bulb did not work, but its lowest setting is a kilowatt, so the 700 watt was never going to keep up with it. The 24 volt, well 12 and 24 volt USB-C charger, for those that are interested, it's just off Amazon, and as you can see it will do input to 12 to 24 volt and it will do output of 5 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts, 15 volts, 19 volts and 20 volts of various amps. So it's a very versatile thing, you just plug it in and it works. And we're now, it says maximum charging 60 watt, but we're putting in a consistent 74. It's been putting in 74, 73, 72, all that constantly. It's just been flicking between those 72, 73 and 74. So really it's alright, and it's gone up 5% already, and it's only been plugged in like 15 minutes. So yeah, not bad, I'm pretty impressed. So I can run it off my DC. I'll link this in the description, as well as obviously the Allpowers and the solar panel. This will be at 100 soon. It's a good way to take some extra power from my existing battery because we're at 96% and we're blatantly going to be full soon because it's sun for the next 3 days. So yeah, we'll make sure this gets to 100 and then we can test it out more over the weekend with whatever I come up with, and as I say, I'll let you know. So first test of the Allpowers is, will the grinder run off it, because I need to cut something off the grinder now, just about to, and let's see if it will run. I haven't tried this yet. This is a kilowatt, but it's not really, it runs at about 600-700 watt, so it should be able to keep up. 550 watt with no load. Now let's see if I can cut this thing under the van. So that was a great success. We powered the grinder and cut the thing off under the van. Thumbs up to the Allpowers. It is useful for times like this, saves me running the extension lead. So that's going to be it for the Allpowers power bank video review. After using it a few days, they could have done with a little cutout, and I remember watching David McClucky's video. He did a review on this, and yeah, they're a little cutout so you can get your fingers in, because it's got a nice like rubber handle that clips in, but there's no real way to get it out, so a little cutout would have been nice. And maybe a wireless charger on the top also would have been nice. But other than that, it's a pretty decent little unit with the 2 plugs. It's just really convenient for doing any little work outside, any tools that have 240, or if I'm away from the van and I've got battery powered tools, can use this to charge the batteries. And any power tools that aren't battery powered can go into this. So yeah, my main reason was for tools to have one of these, but also for the laptop. Even sitting on the roof, my cable isn't long enough to sit on the roof and charge my laptop, so I can have this on the roof and charge my laptop from this. Just all the little things like that that you don't really think about, but I think it's going to come in really useful. And you know, if you've got the money for it, by all means go for it. But they're not the cheapest, but they're pretty cheap for what they are, to be fair though. About 400 quid, 450 quid I think it was for this, and then for I can't remember, 100 odd for the solar panel, maybe 200. So the solar panel's not quite, but you can charge it off, as I say, the DC from the USB-C or the mains as well, as well as the solar. So many different ways to charge it, which I do like. I like that it's got the USB-C charging. That is going to be my main way of charging this. And as I say, I'll link the charger that I use down in the description as well as all of this. And yeah, if you want one of them, then check the link in the description. I don't think there's a discount code, but yeah, pretty nifty little device at a pretty reasonable cost. And reasonable size as well. It's much smaller than I expected. It's going to fit nicely down next to the burner down there. But yeah, overall, rather pleased with this. And if you want one, see the links in the description. But yeah, that's going to be it for this week's video. And if you did like it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next week.